Okay, what I'm going to do is try and explain my Raspberry Pi system and maybe get some answers from hopefully someone in the community that knows more about this. So what I have here is a 75 watt super old AT power supply, and in order to get a load on it I have put a 12 volt, just a brake light, hooked it up to the 5 volt line to put a load on the 5 volt side, because you know these old computers ran mostly 5 volt stuff back in the day. Okay, so I've got it running up to my system over here, and now what you see back here is what I've designed, I guess not designed, used as a necessity. This is what I have. This is an old USB 1 hub, and it had this power jack place for it, so I just kind of hacked up an old power cord, and what it's doing is it's powering half of a KVM. It is powering the VGA to CGA converter up here, and it is also powering the Raspberry Pi. Now, what I've done to get a signal out of this is to convert the HDMI signal down to VGA and then down to CGA. And the reason I opted for this is because, well, basically it's cheaper. And I'm wondering if maybe the fact that this HDMI converter is not powered might be my problem, but I'll show you my problem later. So the purpose of the KVM is to switch between the old cart and the Raspberry Pi system. Okay, I wanted to make this a sleeper, so you know it turns on, it's the old game, you push the button and you've got a MAME cabinet. Okay, so the old cart runs on its own power supply. I didn't want to mess with it because I didn't want to deal with possible, you know, just any, I didn't want to even deal with the problems that might come from that, even though I don't know if there would be any problems with that. So the KVM goes and it, you know, it connects way back there in the back to the video input of the CRT2, the CGA monitor. And what I've done on my Raspberry Pi is I've set my HDMI to VGA, which is mode 1, group 1, and that seems to work really pretty much the best out of all the other ones I've tried. I've tried turning up my drive. I'm not sure if that's the name for it, but here, I'll just go ahead and show you my problem. Okay, so turn on this, turn on the cabinet, and come around to the front, and you'll see we start up, and here very shortly you'll start to see blanking. Yeah, you see this is caused by a loss of signal through at some point, I just don't know where. And ignore all the SD card errors. I just pull it out and put it back. I'm trying to get the blanking to stop, so I'm not really worried about the system as a whole, but initially I thought this problem might have something to do with Ethernet, might have something to do with power. I mean, I've gone through as much as I can think of to go through. Some other things that I think might be the cause, you know, I kind of hacked up some cables to do this. You see the CGA comes out to a VGA plug to go to the KVM. Also, I guess the end of the CRT is like pretty much right up next against the converter for the VGA to CGA. So I really just wanted to know if anybody had some sort of idea of maybe which place to start looking as my problem. Should I look for shielded cables? Should I maybe I'm missing a ground? Do I need to do power for the HDMI converter, the HDMI to VGA? Get a different converter there. Yeah, just let me know what you think. Hope you take a look at the video, and I appreciate you taking a look.